I'm back with another makeup tutorial. Today it is going to be Drugstore once again. I thought I'd do like an updated everyday style makeup look, so let's get started. I've asked you guys a lot for your Drugstore favorite products, and I thought for this video I would kind of do a full face of my favorite Drugstore products. When I first started my channel, I didn't have a lot of Drugstore products at all, so I relied quite a bit on your suggestions, which was so great because now I feel like I have a really good collection of Drugstore products that I know and love. I'm gonna start with my foundation, which is gonna be my mix of my two Fit Me foundations from Maybelline. This is the Dewy Smooth in 310 and then the Matte Poreless in 332. And I'm just stippling those two together all over the face. Gives me the perfect skin finish, but also the perfect mix of that warm and cool tone for a more yellow neutral look. And of course I'm using my trusty Real Techniques buffing brush, and once that's all stippled I will just go ahead and buff it all in. Look at that perfect skin finish. I'm going to use my favorite concealer from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible More Than Concealer in shade 337 Almond. With my same foundation brush, I'm going to spread that out into the rest of the base, just around the edges at first. And I'm purposely leaving this little bit here that's directly on the dark under eye area. Now that's all really buffed and diffused out, I'm going to take my tiny little sponge from Real Techniques as well, gently tap that, kind of to sink it into the skin. I don't want to move it around too much because I do need that coverage on the under eye circle. Then we need to set it and forget it. I'm gonna use this guy. This is the Flower Beauty Miracle Glow Satin Finishing Powder. Thank you to that one subscriber who suggested I check out Flower Beauty. I did buy a bunch of their products, so if you guys wanna see a full face of Flower Beauty, which is the Drugstore brand by Drew Barrymore, let me know in the comments. The only thing is this case is so bulky, you'll see in a second. Like, that is how small the container is, and of that it's like filled maybe that much with powder for this huge ass packaging. I'm gonna take a little bit of that powder on just a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna tap that on the under eye area. And then I am gonna powder the rest, just give it a really light sweep so that I have a nice even base for when I do bronzing and all of that jazz. Just a really light dusting everywhere else. I use this every video now. It's the Butter Bronzer in Deep, my favorite bronzer of all time. She's knocked NARS off the top of the list. So I'm using the same brush I used for my powder. I'm gonna tap that into the hairline. Give it a buff. I like to use tapping motions to deposit the color first and then blend it out. I'm going to tap it into the cheekbones, same idea. Get that like shape in first where you want your shading, and then blend it up and out. And define the jawline as well. Same bronzer with a little fluffy brush. I'm going to define the nose a little bit. Because this is an everyday look, it's not going to be like a super snatched contour, but if you missed out my last video, I did quite an intense heavy nose contour tutorial. It was a fake nose job tutorial, so if you want to see how to do that, please do check her out. But today we are just defining, because I find especially if you do bronze up the rest of the face and bring out your cheekbones, your jawline, all of that, the middle of the face can look a little bit flat, so I do like to bring the nose back out a little bit. I started that eye and forgot to talk through it, so with the same bronzer, starting on the outer V, I'm just going to tap that just in the outer corner there, and then I'm going to drag that along the eye socket and connect it in to the top of the nose bridge there under the brow. You can see that's just given me a little bit of extra definition in the eye. So we're gonna move on to some eyeshadows, my favorite Revolution palette. This is the Flawless 4. I'm going to use maybe just like a peachy tone. This is an everyday look, so I don't want to do anything too difficult. Just tapping that into the outer corner again. And then once I've deposited that color, I'll blend it back in to the socket, kind of following the same shape as that bronzer. I'm basically just leaving that part of the eye from the inner to the middle blank. I'm going to step away from the eyes for a second because I'm going to do my blush and highlight, which will kind of bleed into the eye look anyway. So I'm using the Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold. Such a pretty highlight. And take it to the top of the cheekbones and then also to that brow bone there. And then just here around the forehead, just so it catches that light really pretty in that area. And then in with my two favorite Milani baked blushes. This is Dolce Pink and Bella Rosa. I'm gonna start with this one and I'm going to place that everywhere. The cheeks all the way into the under eye area and up into that highlight and even into the brow bone, the forehead and the nose and chin. And then of course I can't stop there, can I? So we're taking Bella Rosa and I'm going to pot her on the tops of the cheekbones all the way in to that eye area. So kind of from here into a little C shape. I really like when the blush kind of bleeds in to the eyeshadow look. Don't worry, it looks crazy, but we're gonna blend. Just gonna deposit the color first. Look how cute that is. And then also just the tip of the nose. And then just gonna get rid of the excess on the back of my hand and just buff the rest. I know not everybody loves blush, but I mean, if you're on my channel, you know I freaking love this stuff. I just think it gives you a really nice, youthful glow, that bit of a flush across the face. Back to my Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. And I'm gonna use, normally I use my finger, but I think I'm actually going to use a brush, just one with a little stubby tip, so I can get a bit of a precise placement on the nose bridge there. And just a little bit on the tip. And then just fluff it out a little bit. There we go, cute, happy days. Let's move on to, I go back to the eye. Let's go back to the eye, finish her off. We're using, I wanted to use my NYX similar eyeliner pen, felt tip pen. This one is the Mecca Max Wink Ink Super Liquid Liner. God, I'm so bad at doing eyeliner on camera. Align, oh my god, my hands are shaky. This is not ideal. Align in to the center of the eye. And then just connect that tip and fill her in. Moving on to brows, I'm using the NYX Precision Brow. This color is really good on my brows. Gonna go in with L'Oreal Lash Paradise, or sorry, Paradise Extatic in Australia. Don't know why we call it that, but we don't have Lash Paradise. Apparently this is the Aussie version into my lashes. Gonna go into my brows as well. Okay, and then finally, let's pick a lippy. I kind of want to keep this, I'm liking this natural vibe with just a bit of a wing. So maybe let's keep the lip a little bit nude. I lied, I'm gonna add some color. I'm gonna do Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink, but instead of putting this all over the lip, this is a really good lip stain. It literally will not move from your lips. So I'm gonna tap, then I'm gonna use a finger, spread it out and stain the lip. I totally should have exfoliated my lips beforehand. It's stuck to my dry, patchy ass lips, but oh well. We're going to go over the top with a gloss to bring some life back to the lips. This is the NYX Lip Lingerie Gloss, just the clear color. That is it. This is my updated everyday makeup style look using drugstore makeup only. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to hang out every day, please do come see me on Instagram. I post there every single day. And if not, let me know what you want to see on the next video and I will see you guys then. Mwah!